There has been a war between vampires and werewolves for hundreds of years. Selene is also a werewolf hunter. According to the intelligence they receive, they pursue a group of werewolves. Selene makes eye contact with Michael at the subway station. At that moment, the werewolf Reyes realizes that they are ambushed and responds with his gun. He shoots one of the vampires with a sunlight bullet and escapes from there. In pursuit of him, Selene luckily finds the underground base of the werewolf pack, where there is a small army of werewolves. The werewolves are having a fighting competition among themselves when their leader Lucien comes and gets angry with them and tells them to stop acting like animals and that they can't beat the vampires if they continue like this. Meanwhile, Selene comes to the vampire castle and tells Craven that there is a military base full of werewolves and that they should raid it, but Craven ignores her and refuses. Selene watches the CCTV footage again and realizes that the werewolves are after Michael, and she must find him before the werewolves do. Craven enters the room and tells her to get ready for the party tonight, but Selene is not interested. Meanwhile, Reyes returns underground. Reyes is wounded and starts to remove the knives from his body. Lucien hopes that the vampires don't realize that he is following a human, while the doctor tests his blood sample and gets a negative result. It is very important for them to find Michael. Lucien is angry that they missed him and leaves to take care of it himself. Selene arrives at Michael's house before the werewolves and is waiting for him while the werewolves are on their way to Michael's house disguised as police officers. Selene catches Michael and asks why they are after him while the werewolves raid the house. Michael tries to escape in the elevator and is confronted by Lucien. Selene shoots Lucien with a gun and seriously injures him. Lucien bites Michael on the shoulder at the last moment and takes a sample of his blood. Selene takes Michael and leaves. Lucien brings the blood sample to the doctor, and the doctor tells him that Michael's blood is the blood they are looking for and that he must be found. Lucien tells him not to worry, he bit him, and that soon the full moon will come out, and soon Michael will come to them with his own feet. Selene has brought Michael home for his safety, while Michael lies unconscious inside. Craven gets angry at Selene for disobeying his orders, and they start arguing. Erica comes to check on Michael and sees that he has been bitten on the shoulder by a werewolf. She gets scared and jumps to the ceiling. Not understanding what is happening, Michael jumps down from the window and quickly escapes from the castle. Craven secretly meets Lucien in a car. Craven betrays the vampires and collaborates with the werewolves. Lucien will soon launch a major attack on the vampires and put Craven in charge of the vampires. Meanwhile, Michel goes to the hospital where he works and asks his friend the man for help. He tells him that he has been bitten by a man and that he is hallucinating. The man tells him to wait and that he will help. The man leaves. The man calls the werewolves disguised as policemen. Seeing them coming, Michel breaks the window and escapes. Meanwhile, Selene believes that the vampire race is in grave danger and that Craven is a traitor. So she must awaken one of the ancient vampires, Victor, from his deep sleep. Michael comes back to the mansion and asks Selene for help to understand what happened to him. Selene takes him in her car and drives away. Selene tells him that he was bitten by a werewolf and that a human could not bear it. Selene tells him that it is a miracle that he survived and that the two races are actually enemies. Selene tells him not to come here again. If he does, he will be killed by other vampires. Waking up from his sleep, Victor tells Craven that the community has become corrupt and that he must take charge. He is very angry at what he has heard and says that Craven has mismanaged the community in his absence. Selene brings Michael to a secret base where they interrogate werewolves and tells him that he will be safe here. Michael asks why she hates werewolves so much. Selene explains that for hundreds of years, her family was brutally killed by werewolves and that Victor saved her at the last moment and turned her into a vampire. She explains that she has been hunting werewolves ever since. Before leaving Michel's side, she gets close to him, handcuffs him, tells him that tomorrow will be a full moon and that he will transform and hunt, gives him her gun and tells him to shoot her if he can't come, saying that it won't kill him, but it will slow down his transformation. Selene returns to the mansion and confronts Victor, who tells her that she was awakened 100 years too early, and that what she did was a great crime and that she will soon be put on trial. Selene tells him that she has no choice and offers to bring Michel, but this is firmly refused and he gives Craven the job of finding Michel. Meanwhile, Amelia, a noble vampire, arrives at the train station, but the werewolves attack them unexpectedly and kill all the noble vampires there. Erica cuts the power and sets off an alarm. In the confusion, she goes to Selene and helps her escape. Selene drives away in a car. Selene arrives at the building where Michael is located, pursued by werewolves. Selene immediately uncuffs Michael and tells him to jump off the building. Mikkel jumps from the 5th floor and lands unscathed. Selene watches his back, but Mikkel is kidnapped by fake cops. Michael starts to turn into a werewolf under the influence of the full moon. Realizing that he can't stand it, the cops inject him with a sedative and knock him out. Returning to the mansion, Selene brings a werewolf as a hostage and confronts Victor. The werewolf tells him that they have been trying to unite the two species for years, but they have failed. The werewolf tells him that the only person who can do it is Mikkel, a pure-blooded descendant of Alexander Corvin. Lucian's plan is to create a half-vampire, half-werewolf species. He tells him that they are cooperating with Craven for this, and that soon this mansion will be destroyed. Victor kills him there with one punch and apologizes to Selene for not believing him, apologizes that his guilt is forgiven, and asks her to kill Michael while he receives the news that Amelia has been killed and the blood has been dried. Meanwhile, Craven goes to Lucian and tells him that he's been exposed as a traitor and asks for his help. But Craven has been followed by vampires and Victor and Selene have raided the base. Craven asks Lucian if there is a secret exit, but Lucian tells him to stay and fight like a man and forget about running away. As Lucian turns around, Craven shoots him with a silver bullet and seriously wounds him. Selene rescues Michael and helps him out. Michael tells her that Victor will kill Selene for helping him, but Selene loves him and takes the risk for him. When Mikhail opens the exit door, he sees Craven in front of him. Craven shoots him with silver bullets. Mikhail is seriously wounded and starts to die. Craven tells Selene that it was not werewolves who killed his family, but actually Victor, and Selene tells him to come with her, and that she loves him. When Selene refuses, Craven points his gun at her, just as Lucian stabs him in the foot and saves Selene. Lucian tells Selene to bite Michael. He can save him or Michael will die. Selene bites Michael's neck. Michael's body starts to change rapidly. At that moment, Victor comes there and throws Michael and slaps Selene hard. Selene tells Victor that she killed her family and deceived him for hundreds of years. Victor tells her that it is true, but that he has given Selene eternal life, and she should be grateful, and returns to finish off Michael. Thank you for watching my video. You can support us by subscribing to the channel, by commenting and liking the video. Take care of yourself. See you.